Venom Sharp.
Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Diamond Select Toys review on the Wave 3 Gotham TV series Rise of the Villains. We have Bruce Wayne, Bear Pata, Barbara Kean, and Zsasz. If you're trying to pick these up, you can get them at
Big! Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
Big thanks to Diamond Select Toys for making this review possible. If you want to see the list from them, go ahead and check out their YouTube channel, link in the description below. Now we have the packaging over here, very similar to other selects, you know, pretty standard. You get the image of each of the characters right over here, along with images on the side right over there. And then on the back you can see each of the figures with their respective bases. There's a read-up on Zsasz. If you want to read it, pause it now. Read-up on Barbara Kean, read it, pause it now. And Bruce Wayne, if you want to read it, go ahead and pause it now. Alright, let's get to it and crack these things open. And here's all three figures with their bases out of the packaging, and I really like these a lot. I really like the Bruce Wayne and Zsasz figures. I really like the articulation on them. I think they look really cool. The Barbara is my least favorite out of the three. I'm just going to say that right off the bat, but it's just due to the nature of the clothes that she has on right over there. But her base is amazing. The Arkham Asylum base right there for any Batman fan that has a Rogues Gallery collection. I mean, you're going to want this thing. I really want to add this to my display shelf over there. I love the bookcase. We finally get the dumpster that we were supposed to get a while ago, so I'm really happy to see that. Anyway, let's take a closer look at each of these figures, and then we'll take a closer look at each of the bases. So here's looking at the little Bruce Wayne over here, looking a little creepy as he should. I don't know, I just think the actor playing Bruce Wayne kind of has a little bit of a creepy look to him. Like he has these sinister eyebrows, and I think it comes through okay on this figure. I can't say this is a dead-on likeness to the actor, but when I look at it from a three-quarter turn right over here, I really think it looks like him. So I think they did a fairly good job on this one. I like the flesh tone, as I mentioned earlier. A tiny piece of paint missing right over there. But I think the hair is sculpted pretty nicely. Nice black paint for that. Not looking too shabby at all. The suit looks really good. I like the paint right there on the tie. And some nice wrinkles and everything. And he does have interchangeable hands, by the way, so you can have him with these open hands right over here, or you can have him with the fist hands right over there. Not looking too shabby at all. Again, I like the wrinkles and everything. The shoes look really nice. And you got those fancy Wayne shoes right over there with the laces. He does have peg holes underneath his feet. Then here's looking at the back of it. Again, some really nice wrinkles all the way through. So not too shabby at all. To go over the articulation fairly quickly, you can move his head up that far. His head moves down that much. You get side-to-side movement right over here. A little bit of neck pivot. Actually, not really. Yeah, I thought you could get some neck pivot in there. It just wobbles only a little. You get shoulders that move all the way outward. They move down that much. You can move them forward. Again, elbow bend right over there. It also rotates at the elbow. All the hands rotate side to side and hinge up and down. There's a really cool diaphragm joint in there. You can see it bending backward right there, so you can see it crunch forward a little bit too. I like how the coat right here is made out of a softer material, so that's cool. You get some articulation in there. A little bit of pivot, but it doesn't really want to stay. You get a waist swivel in there, and then you get the hip joints that move outward, and then he can kick forward that much, move back only a little bit, upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, then the ankles move down just a little bit, they move up some, and he does have ankle pivot. Now here's looking at Barbara Kean. Not looking at the best, I think. I don't know. I think the actress playing her just looks a lot prettier than the way this figure came out. This one kind of reminds me of like an ugly Reese Witherspoon or something like that. I don't know. It doesn't look terrible. It's just, to me, it's just not as accurate to the actress compared to the other two figures. But I do like the paint apps on it. It doesn't look too bad. I really like how the hair came out over here. I love that color variation. We get at least 3 different tones right over here for the blonde, so I think that looks really good. That's definitely the highlight for me on this figure right here. I think that looks nice. Then looking at the rest of her over here, you know, she has her Arkham Asylum coat and everything, or her garb and everything like that. Looking okay with these very pale hands. So she does have the pale flesh tone as well. She's A15. Get these black stripes over here. Now, I wish this material right here was a bit softer. It's kind of tough to really get the legs moving around. And of course, she does have the bare patas right there. Not looking too shabby. The toes themselves actually look very nice. That big toe is really sticking out there. It's just that this ball of her foot just sticks out a little bit farther than I'd like. I don't know. But at the same time, they kind of need it there for stability reasons. When you look at the bottom of the feet, it actually looks a lot nicer. You know what I mean? But anyway, I like the feet. It has the peg holes right underneath there. Here's looking at the back of her. Her articulation is very restricted. You can move her head side to side, but when you turn it side to side, it kind of has an angle to it. She can't really look up too much. She does look down that much right there. No head pivot. Shoulders move outward. You can move them down that much. You can move them forward. She does have the 90-degree elbow bend, rotation at the elbow. Wrists move side to side. They hinge up and down. She has a waist rotation right over here. And then she has fully articulated legs, as you can see in there. You know, she has the double jointed knees and the chonies and all that. But you can move the legs outward only that much. And only move forward that much, so a little bit of wiggle room. You can rotate at the thigh. She has double jointed knees, as you can see right there, but there's no way you could really take advantage of that, really. I guess just that much. And then the ankles do move down, they do move up, and she does have ankle pivot. Now you're just looking at Victor Zsasz, and this is my favorite one out of the wave. I really like this figure a lot. I feel like that looks dead on to the actor. I really like the flesh tone. I like the attention with the details on the paint and everything, like especially underneath the eyes right over here. I think that looks really good. Just the bone structure and everything. I mean, you even have the sculpted in veins right over there. Oh man, this is sick. I really like this one a lot. That looks just really good to me. Really digging it. The other thing is that his jacket and everything has some nice fine paint detail in there, so I think that is really cool. If I brighten this up, you can see it a little bit more. Yeah, get that dark blue over the black. And the jacket and the shirt right here looks really good. The jacket has this soft material. Really digging the buttons right over there. The hands look really good. He does have interchangeable hands, so he has 3 hands for each side. So you can get these fisted hands right over here. And then you also get a gun holding hand. You can see this is his gun holding hand right over there. Unfortunately though, they did miss the rings on this hand. I don't know if he goes out of his way to take the rings off to hold the guns. I can't remember that off the top of my head. I'm only around episode 3 or 4 in the series, season 2. But yeah, the rings look pretty nice over here. If you want to get a better look at those, I think that looks pretty cool actually. So yeah, I wish they added them to the gun holding hand right over there. Then the right side has the same deal with the open hand and the gun holding hands and everything. This is the gun holding hand for the right side. He also has the fisted hand for that side as well. The pants look really nice. I'm really digging that a lot. That looks really good. And I like the way he's just made, like, the sculpt of him in general. Like, the body looks really good, like having the lanky legs and everything and the tighter jeans and stuff. The boots look really good. I really like this a lot. It looks really nice, man. I'm digging how that came out. Nice peg holes underneath the bottom of the feet and everything. And then there's just a look at the back of the jacket just one last time. Then onto articulation. You can move his head up very far. I dig that a lot. And then you can move his head down very far as well. And you get side-to-side movement at the head as well. No pivot. He has shoulders that move outward that much. You can't move his shoulders downward more than that. That's my biggest gripe with this figure, aside from the missing rings. But yeah, you can't move his arms downward that much. You can move them forward. He has a single jointed elbow, rotation at the elbow. All the hands rotate side to side and hinge up and down. You also get a diaphragm joint in there. So you can see you can turn that side to side, move that back, a little bit of gappage in there. It does move forward a lot though. You get a great amount of pivot. No waist joint. Hips move outward very far. Wow, yeah, you can do the splits. You can kick forward very far as well. Move back only a bit. Oh yeah, not too bad right there with the back movement. Upper thigh cut, double jointed knees. Wow, that looks really good. Then the ankles do move down. They move up, and he does have ankle pivot. And I cannot forget to show off these 2 guns over here. They look absolutely fantastic. Here's the other one in the gun holding hand. I love the silver paint on these. That looks really cool. You can see maybe a little bit of it coming off, but man, I think these look fantastic. And as you can see in this gun holding hand right over here, he doesn't have a trigger finger sticking out or anything, which is a little frustrating, but he does have the wide open hands right over here, and that just works a little bit better for me. I don't know, I think that looks a little bit more realistic. Now onto the display bases, which I think are quite exceptional. I really like all 3 of them, but starting out right over here with the bookcase that comes with little Bruce Wayne, I mean, you can see how tall this thing is. It's very impressive. I really like this a lot. A lot of ACBA artists should appreciate this type of stuff, especially if you're really into making a lot of displays and taking some really cool pictures. I mean, really nice paint detail throughout on this thing. I really dig it a lot. We get that nice gunmetal paint right there on the rail. All the books are painted right there. I think that looks really cool. I'm really digging that. Look at that. Very consistent with the paint throughout on this thing. Very much looks like real wood, I think. Like a rosewood or like a cherry wood. I don't know that much about woods, but yeah, that's very good. I like that a lot, man. It looks very nice. Now it is very empty on the inside, which is okay. That doesn't really bother me at all. You know, you don't really need it to be, but yeah, I think it looks really nice. Then I wanted to put the bookshelf next to the fireplace that came with the Alfred Pennyworth, and they're not the exact same color over here, but they do look like they belong in the same living room. I don't know if it would be show accurate or not, but it would be kind of neat to see 2 bookshelves, you know, like one on each side of the fireplace, but at the same time, I mean, you don't want to burn your books. Now, while while the Barbara Kean figure isn't my favorite from this wave, she does come with my favorite base from this wave. This is so awesome. I absolutely love this. That is just so cool. I'm so happy to have this. I cannot wait to get this on my shelf. It just looks really cool to me. It's very easy to assemble. These are not specific to left or right, so that's why you can see the extra holes right over here, but you just port that in, as you can see right there. I just ported that in right there. I think that is very cool. And then to get a closer look at all the paint detail over here, I just think it looks amazing. I'm very pleased with this. That looks really cool. All of this has some really nice paint detail on it. Nothing spared over here. Yeah, man, I think that looks great. Even the lamps look really awesome. Then lastly, we have the base that comes with Zsasz, and this is really cool. We finally get the dumpster. If you saw my interview video today earlier with Zach Oat, he was talking about how there's a miscommunication, how this was shown in promo pictures with the Bullock figure, but here it is with Zsasz, and this looks really nice. I love the paint detail on this. I mean, it's just so filthy and beautiful at the same time. I mean, look at that beautiful filth. So nasty. Ooh. God, that's so gross. Gotham garbage. Now, you can't get this to open or anything, and the wheels don't function. It is a display piece, but I still think it looks really good. And you can kind of see the garbage in there. It's really hard to try to capture that, but they do have little sculpted garbage on the inside of that. In the lid right over here, we get some nice silver dry brushing up top. I just think that looks great. I'm very pleased with this. Then here's the rest of the base right over here. Some floor, looking pretty good. High fiber. You know that reference, right? Eat some floor, high fiber. That was a terrible line. But anyway, to compare this to the Bullock base right over here, you can see that the wall isn't totally consistent in the paint right there. It's a little bit different. I also have the base that came here with Selina Kyle and Mr. Gordon and Detective Gordon, and you can see all three of those bases right there all lined up together. So I do wish this wall that came with Bullock, yeah, this is the one that came with Bullock, was a little bit darker in paint, you know? So fairly, you know, a little inconsistent, but you can still get some really cool displays over here. Now to measure the Bruce Wayne figure, you can see that he is standing just a little over 6 inches tall. And then here's Bruce Wayne compared to Selina Kyle and Alfred Pennyworth, and I think the height difference between these three is actually quite perfect. I really like this. And then to measure the Barbara Kean figure, you can see that she's standing a little over 6.5 inches tall. And for a size comparison, here she is next to Jim Gordon and Harvey Bullock. You can see I'm still having a hard time getting those Jim Gordon legs closed. And then to measure the Zsasz figure, you can see that he's standing right at 7 inches tall. Now, I had mentioned earlier the thing about the trigger finger on the left hand, but on the right hand, we do get a very nice trigger finger sticking out right over there. That one works out perfectly. But then for a size comparison, we have Victor Zsasz compared to Edward Nygma, and we have the Penguin right here. And I cannot wait for Diamond Select to make a Jerome figure. I love the way the kid's playing that Jerome character. By far much better Joker than the Joker that we'd gotten in Suicide Squad. That guy is killing it. And then to see how all three of these figures scale compared to Marvel Legends, here they are next to the Marvel Legends Big Time No Letdown Spider-Man. And of course here they are next to the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Again, I really like these figures a lot. I think Diamond Select Toys is stepping it up with these. I really like the bases. These are my favorite bases, especially the Arkham Asylum one right there. The Zsasz figure right here is my absolute favorite Gotham figure. I really like it a lot. Anyway, I hope you guys really liked this review. If you did, please hit the like button. Go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let the world know what you think. If you want to stick around, you'll see a box popping up down over here at the bottom, which you can click, and it'll take you over to the interview that I had with Zach Oat over at New York Comic Con 2016. You can see some future releases coming out from them over there. Also, if you have not subscribed yet, you can hit the subscribe circle popping up right over there for more ShartimusPrime videos coming your way. There will be a photo gallery of images over at toynewseye.com, and don't forget to follow me on the Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Links all in the description below. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures every day. I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, it's okay.
That's crispy.
Selina Kyle and